Hello there, and welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to
Well,
the
now-
Galaxy Club Show.
Yes, thank you, Jim. Well, since I've decided to become a Time Lord, just like Doctor Who, I'm calling myself Dr. What, I've invited onto XC90 a friend of the Doctor. Welcome, please, to Mr. John Nathan Turner.
Good morning.
Hello, sir. Now, you... Yes, thank you, John.
Morning.
Hello, John.
Hello, Jem.
Oh, I like
Please,
the shirt.
Jem, will you let me
Very
get on with
nice
the
shirt.
chat? Shush. Now, I believe you're an actual personal friend of the Doctor.
Yes.
You are? How exciting. Now, what's he really like?
Well, he's very, very fascinating. He's also very eccentric, extremely brave,
Brave.
and very intelligent.
Very intelligent. Now, all these qualities I do possess. Now, in my quest to be a Time Lord, how do you think I'm doing so far? Do I look like one?
Well, I think the coat that you're wearing is very similar to the Doctor Number 6's costume.
Doctor Number 6. Now, this is interesting. Doctor Number 6. Thank you for the costume compliment, by the way. He has many different shapes and sizes, this Doctor, doesn't he?
Yes.
Many sort of aspects of his character. How does he do this?
Well, he's a Time Lord from the
Yes.
planet Gallifrey, and every Time Lord is able to change how they look 12 times.
12 times.
So there'll be 13 regenerations, is the word we use.
Good
of
good.
the
Long
Doctor.
word. I like long words. I see. So he regenerates how he looks when he feels like a change.
Yes, usually to save himself from some dire emergency, or once he was punished and had to change
Really?
his looks because
Really?
of that.
What, he had a wheel clamp on his TARDIS or something?
Something like that.
That'd be handy, actually, wouldn't it? Imagine if you could do that.
You've got very dirty shoes on, haven't you, Jules?
Be quiet, Jem. Now, John, you are, in fact, the producer of his own television programme, aren't you?
Yes.
Because Doctor Who has become a television star, as all
Yes.
great people do. And what do you actually do? You put the programme together, do you? You go over his stories with
I
him?
suppose I'm probably the closest confidant of the Doctor's, if you like, in terms of his television programme. And I produce it, is
I see.
the official title.
How exciting. Well, we're very honoured to have you. Now, we know he's had lots of different adventures. Let's just have a look now, shall we, at some of the different baddies that he's had little accidents with. All right, Jem, so I'm going to ask you just to watch with us just for a second as Jem plays a little film for us. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Jem.
Oh, Moses! What's that? What's the matter?
What's that monstrosity out there? Battersea Power Station.
When I tell you to run, you run.
Run!
Run!
Emergency! Emergency! Help! Cannot control! Cannot control! Help me! Help me! Help! 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 They are to be exterminated!
What do you want? Stop.
Oh, hell. Thursday of terror.
I told them all. I am the master.
Look, don't worry about that. It's quite dead.
Chilling stuff, eh? Oh, yes, all right, Jem. You've been doing that all morning, and it's very boring now. You're not a Dalek. You never will be one. He's been through some scrapes, hasn't he, this Doctor?
Yes, he has.
Now, which of his different 6 aspects of his character do you like the most? Which do you think's the nicest?
Well, if you don't mind me correcting you, there's 7 so far.
Are there?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you're right. There are.
I think the one I like most is probably the very first, because he made such a success of it that the show was able to continue.
Ah, so without the first Doctor, we'd never have what we have now.
That's right.
Good. Now, he comes from Gallifrey. Where exactly is that?
That's in the constellation of Cerberus.
Of course it is, yes. It's just over there, in fact.
That's right.
We go shopping there from time to time.
Oh, really?
Really? And will he ever go back there?
He's been home several times to Gallifrey, but it's not a place he has a particular fondness for.
I see. He's sort of on the run then, is he?
Yes, he's a renegade.
A renegade?
Yes.
What did he do wrong to become a renegade?
Well, he stole a TARDIS.
Now, just before we carry on, a TARDIS is a time-travelling machine.
That's right.
And what does his look like? It's rather
Well,
odd, isn't it?
it's stuck in the shape of a London police box.
That's it, yes. So he travels around the universe in a police box.
That's right. But it's bigger on the inside than the outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Now, that's interesting. Now, we haven't got a TARDIS here, but I'm into time travel, John. And I'm the most fabulous man in outer space, and I think time traveling is me. I think I could really get into it. Now, is it a subject you could perhaps help me with? Could we build a time machine together?
Well, do you know what TARDIS stands for? What the actual initials stand for?
No, I don't, but please tell me.
Time and relative dimensions in space.
That's right.
Ah, I see. And we call it TARDIS. GEM stands for Genuinely Entertaining Machine.
Really?
Which is, well, it's doubtful, in fact, if that's true or not. Good, well, please stay with us, John, because we have many more things to talk about. We're going to watch a program called Batman now.
Oh, well.
And you'll be back, I hope, with more secrets about the Doctor and about how I'm going to become a doctor myself. And we'll be back straight after Batman, basically, so see you in a minute. Toodaloo. Hello again, welcome back to the time-travelling super-duper XC90. Now then, I'm still sitting here with my new friend, Mr. John Nathan Turner,
My friend.
who actually knows the Doctor, don't you?
That's right.
And you're still telling us a few little inside secrets about his personality. But when did he actually first become a television star?
In November 1963.
That's a long time. It was on the
Almost.
planet Earth, wasn't
That's
it? It all
right.
happened.
Almost 27 years ago.
You must have been
Gracious
in
me.
nappies, Jules.
That's a long time. If you consider he's 1,000 years old, 27 years at the top, so actually, there's a lot of wind left in his sails, isn't there?
Well, yes, I think so.
He could run and run. Now, do you think he'll ever be a movie star? Do you think he'll ever be in a...
Yes, he has made 2 movies, which are going to be shown on this station shortly. And there's a possibility of a 3rd one.
Oh, how exciting. I'm glad you mentioned that, because we've got a weekend. Obviously, we're off the air next weekend, which is a major tragedy for outer space, but could be good for British satellite broadcasting. They're doing a Doctor Who spectacular, which I believe you're involved in.
Yes, I shall be presenting the weekend with Debbie Flint.
Debbie Flint.
And there are endless Doctor Who stories, including Gem's favourite monster, the Abominable Snowman.
Ah, yes, Jem likes the Abominable Snowman. Goodness knows why. Do you want to give us a Dalek voice, just a quickie?
Exterminate.
Very good, thank you.
Exterminate.
Now, so we're doing that next week. Now, we're going to do, I hope, while we're away, Jem and I would like to make the most of our time, and I hope you'll be able to help me in my quest to be a time-travelling Time Lord. We've actually done a bit of wiring here, as you can see, and we've actually created our own time machine here.
Wonderful.
Well, it is rather exciting. Before we go on our time travels, I'd like to ask you, if you were stuck on an asteroid like I am now, and you didn't have the Doctor to keep you company, and you were stuck here all on your own, what would you want to eat all the time? I always do this. It's rather like a...
Oh, gosh. Well, my favourite food is veal escalope and spaghetti bolognese.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's lovely.
I've never had that before. Because, I mean, the Doctor must get stuck out on his own sometimes. What's his favourite food? Does he eat anything?
Jelly babies, I think.
He eats jelly babies.
Babies.
Gosh, and he looks very fit from it. Well, mind that, they're bad for your teeth, so look out there on the planet Jupiter. Now, if you had to listen to a particular tune for a whole year, all on your own on an asteroid, what do you think it would be?
Well, I think because I'm such a Doctor Who fan, I think it would be a record called Doctor Who Variations on a Theme, where we got lots of different composers to do versions of our signature tune.
Really? Jolly good idea. We've got our own version. It's good. He's working on it. He's
Very
getting
good.
there. There's an opera singer in there somewhere. And your favourite film? Would you take a Doctor Who film with you?
No, I think my favourite film may be Hello, Dolly.
Ah, hello, Dolly. Keep singing away, Jim. Now, obviously you'd have to have a book if you were stuck on a planet all on your own. Which book would you read?
I think I'd take Patrick Dennis's Travels with My Aunt.
Travels with Your Aunt?
Yeah.
That's good. What do you think the Doctor would take? Has he read every book that's ever written? Has he...
Dr. Zhivago, I suppose.
Very good. Hear that,
in the
Jim?
house.
Our friend John's got a super sense of humour. You're wasted, you know. You should be a Time Lord. And who would you take with you?
Who? I think the Doctor.
Good, that'd be handy.
So many experiences that one would never be bored.
You'd never be bored at all. And just your last thing, your favourite thing, what would you take?
Well, I think it's a bit of a cheat, really, but I think I'd take a TARDIS.
Well, if you take a TARDIS, we've got one here. Why don't we say goodbye now and see where we can end up in time?
Why
Should
not?
we do that? Jem, give us a little countdown. We're going now. We'll be back sometime soon, I hope. We're not sure when, because we're going time travelling. Remember, Doctor Who next week with Mr. John Nathan Turner. We'll miss you terribly, but here we go. Goodbye!
transport you through time to the weekend of the 23rd and the 22nd of September, when you will be able to see some of my greatest adventures.
A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard. It can move anywhere in time and space.
Have you ever thought what it's like to be wanderers in the fourth dimension? There's a strong force at work somewhere which is threatening my ship.
Look, nobody is going to rescue me. Least of all an abominable snowman.
What's the matter?
Let me, Victoria. Hold on. Whatever you do, hold on.
Soldier!
Our battalion's dead. Do you hear me? I, Yartek, am in control now.
Kill him!
You will be exterminated!
In every one of these time zones, thousands of human beings fought and died in the belief that they were on their own planet.
Do something, Callie! We're going to crash!
Quickly, Cully. Jamie, the doctor!
Hold tight, everyone!
You will face the wrath of Omega.
Doctor! Look!
You will be robotied!
Daleks!
Get set to be beamed up to the fourth dimension with Doctor Who for exciting time-traveling adventures on the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd of September on Galaxy, the entertainment channel.